that song by Alanis Morissette? Ironic. Well,
Isn't it ironic?
Don't you think?
A little too ironic. Yeah, I really do think. I'll sing the whole damn song.
No, please, no. The ironic thing is that a couple weeks ago we said, barring any injury from the Golden State Warriors, you know how Steph Curry has had ankle issues. It's like as soon as we said it, like, it's happening.
No.
Rears its little head.
Steph Curry's having some ankle injuries.
Talk it into existence.
So, as far as that goes, the Rockets looking pretty good. I watched the Rockets play the Thunder. Mm-hmm. Kudos to the Rockets on their ball movement. Mm-hmm. They don't play very good defense. I watched that. The fact of the matter is they are a great shooting team.
Yeah.
They do make their free throws. And James Harden is playing the best basketball on the planet.
He's
right
MVP.
now.
MVP.
Ain't nobody else to argue with.
The only one is Anthony Davis. And he's been injured, injury prone, but he's got the Pelicans in the playoff hunt, and they're not supposed to be now.
Yeah.
So
yeah, if there was no James Harden, Anthony Davis is,
absolutely.
So I also watched in that game the Thunder. Mm-hmm. Billy Donovan, don't know what you're doing. Their offense is one. Like, as a Cleveland fan, I get sometimes mad about how stagnant they just wait on LeBron to play that ISO.
Right.
They've made Carmelo Anthony just like an Eric Gordon.
Did you watch when James Harden crossed over and went to the hoop for a free throw, or went to the hoop for a layup, wide open, and Carmelo, of all people, were yelling at Paul George, Steven Adams
to make his adjustment. It was Steven Adams he was aimed at.
I'm saying that I'm debating that Carmelo Anthony is the most, probably tied with Tristan Thompson for the most overpaid player in the league, because right now he sits in the perimeter.
That's his job, though.
Well, they just wait for Westbrook to do what he does.
Carmelo Anthony's job.
Why is Russell Westbrook leading the team in rebounding? Like, really? Like, why is that happening? Steven Adams comes up, sets a pick like you learned in 5th grade, and Russell Westbrook takes off. And then you got Paul George just basically like, I don't want no other freakish injury like it happened to me before. I'll let this ride out. I can play this role until I get freaking paid next year and go back to LA. He said something like he's really going to stick around. Do you watch the game? Do you people watch the game? He's not sticking around.
I don't know. I could see him sticking.
That offense is atrocious. It's atrocious.
It's only 60-some games in.
They don't even set any screens, no back cuts, no nothing.
I want to see what it happens when it matters. Honestly, if they end up making a push for the finals somehow, some way, I could see him coming back.
I don't see it happening. He's gone.
Paul George is your slasher. Carmelo Anthony is his role is just to sit there and shoot.
Wait.
And
he's the guy. He's the old guy at the Y with the goggles and the high socks at this point.
No, he's not.
Yes,
That's
is.
You.
That's not me. I can't shoot like that.
That's you under the basket.
I'll take that. But you ever get beat by one of those teams at the Y where like you see them and they look kind of like and you look up and the score they're like, okay, 8-1, and they like do that old man.
They got chemistry.
They got chemistry. They've been running the pick and roll like Stockton and Malone. So,
but listen, Russell Westbrook has that Dennis Rodman mentality of every ball is his. That Ben Wallace mentality.
He's all over the court.
He's all over the court. That's just how he plays.
That's why he pretty
Melo,
much led
George,
rebounds last year.
and Westbrook are completely all three different players. No, they're not all the same. Carmelo, at this point of his career, is a spot-up shooter. He can shoot the 3. And then Paul George is your slasher. He can also shoot the 3. And Westbrook, he covers up all the other areas. So then you got Steven Adams.
Don't tell me Carmelo Anthony cannot still move and cannot play defense. Because in the Olympics, there was a point they were losing, and he took over the game. He was the best player on earth during the Olympics.
He can still play defense. He doesn't not play defense.
He looks like he has like a back injury or something.
He may have lost a step. He may be looking a little somewhat stiff out there at times. But it all depends on who he's guarding.
Do you remember the old conversation back when they came out? Who's better, Carmelo or LeBron? Like, geez, oh man. LeBron just keeps getting better and better and better, and Carmelo just keeps getting worse and worse.
I personally feel, and I've said this in the past, I think Melo might have been he's just a bad fit there. I think Melo would have been better off someplace else. I don't think that. He says he's comfortable with his new role, and there are moments that it looks like he might be,
right?
But then there's moments where it's just like,
think about Melo in Houston if that would have happened.
I think that would have been a better fit.
Melo in Houston would have been. They don't play a lot, defense.
They're not expecting
defense
a bunch
like that. Yeah, they don't expect that. They have guys to do that.
I think this is a testament to that the game has changed overall. Yeah. Because back in the day, if you look at Magic Johnson, he shot like 29% from three.
Right.
Nobody talks about that now. The fact that LeBron shoots like 55% from the field, that I think Russell Westbrook is a shotgun. He's going to take you out, blunt force trauma, bang, bang, I'm coming at you. You got the Golden State Warriors who are a sniper. Right. They shoot, 3 players are around 40% from three. That's insane. Usually you had one of those guys. And you're like, oh my God, we got a guy shooting 40 from three.
That's the 13th man on the bench.
The 13th man on the bench.
And that goes back to what we discussed a couple of weeks back, that the NBA has actually become what
everybody gets one Layler.
The NBA has now become what the European League was, and it's switched over there to where these guys are pounding paint and banging. In the NBA now,
I want to see somebody shoot a jump hook. Or a
hook shot. A hook shot
in general.
So
there's some other teams making some noise. We got the Toronto Raptors. Stop the streak.
They're still
beat the Rockets.
Beat the Rockets. Stop it.
DeMar DeRozan, he's a real deal.
He is. He's your solid. He can put up 25, 5, and 5 every single night. No problem. 25 points, 25 rebounds, 5 assists every single night. No problem. Add in a couple steals, maybe a block here and there. I just don't think the Raptors
are built
for him. I could see him, because he's from LA as well, going to LA. And he's a good shooter, good free throw shooter.
USC, right?
Paint. Yeah, USC. So I could see him going there, but I don't know how much he's got left contract-wise.
He's already wrapped up.
Probably
they just
got
signed him
4
recently.
years left.
Yeah, he's wrapped up for a while.
So they'd have to do a trade to get him, but I could see him going there.
They're actually pretty smart if you looked at it, how they wrapped them up earlier rather than later. Yeah. With how
they wrapped up Lowry too. And
but they're not. It's high. It's a high number, but it's not.
I like the Blazers. I like the Blazers a lot. They're small at the shooting guard spot with McCollum because he's only 6'4". Lillard, if you could take Damian Lillard and trade him to the New Orleans Pelicans, then you got a squad. But it's not, or vice versa. Trade McCollum and a bunch of picks and whatever else. Get Davis.
What about Davis to the
Blazers? Something like that. But they're not a free agent, coming team. Yeah. A lot of free agents aren't going to go there. So if you're not drafted there or traded there, they're not really like, I think I'm going to go to Portland.
They're that team that seems to surprise me, but yet I'm not surprised. It's like, can they do it? Yeah. But when they do, it's like, holy crap, they did it. Right. It's just...
They don't have nobody else besides Lillard and McCollum. Other than that, out of their starters, they got Marquise Harkless. You ever heard of him?
No.
All right, Marquise Harkless. He's a decent player. Then you also have Evan Turner, who's widely overpaid, right? So then their power forward, you got Aminu and Ed Davis, which, they're, scrappers.
Okay.
And then you got Nurkic over at the center spot. So Nurkic's pretty good, but you don't have that extra push, because Nurkic is good, but he, sometimes he just disappears. And McCollum has bad nights. Lillard has bad nights, but he's more, steady.
Yep.
So, I don't know. If you're not a free agent looking to go to Portland, you got to get traded there, or else Lillard's going to end up going. I mean, he's had a meeting with Paul Allen talking about what's the direction of the team, where are we going with this, what are we looking at, what's on the table.
So, with all this going on, Golden State and Houston, they actually, they're going to be going head to head. So, what do we think as far as the East? Is it still the Cavs, or do we think the Raptors are going to overtake? You won't even let me finish the sentence, and you're laughing. You got something against those Canadian boys up there? Those Canadian boys on the ride. With a side of Canadian bacon on the side.
I think you'll agree with me and not agree with John Candy over here.
No.
So
go ahead.
Canadian bacon.
Jim Carrey.
Let me hear what you got.
No, I mean the Raptors. They're not gonna
Raptors
be that
are going
team.
to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Are they?
Yes.
They're gonna get. Who are they getting past? The Celtics. Who are
based,
they? Hold on. Who are they getting past?
Based
the Celtics?
on matchup, it's either going to be
on matchup. Do you know what the matchup are?
It's either going to be the Raptors and the Celtics, or the Raptors and the Cavs.
Okay, so are the Raptors going to beat the Celtics?
I said they're going to the finals.
They gotta play. They gotta play one or the other. They gotta play one or the other.
I don't. Okay, so the Cavs.
Let's end this argument. Let's end this argument real quick. Do you think the Raptors beat the Celtics in 7?
No.
Do you think the Raptors beat the Cavs in 7?
This year, yes. I don't think the Cavs have enough time.
You really think
I don't
that?
think the Cavs have enough time.
Mr. Cleveland has finally turned his back on Cleveland. I just heard it.
My back.
That's what I just heard.
I think it's too.
You need to do the rest
late.
of the show turned that way.
Yes.
Because you just turned your back to your Cleveland fans.
You
It's too
turned
late.
boo.
It's too late. They gave the Cavs trouble.
It's
a
never
couple
too late
years
when
ago.
you have LeBron.
They gave the Cavs trouble a couple years ago.
Right. It's a whole. I don't think they.
Guess who else gave the Cavs trouble?
Who's that?
The Celtics. Guess who else gave the Cavs trouble?
They blew through the Celtics
Pacers.
last year.
In different moments
They
in
won
time.
by 4 or 5
You're talking
last
about
year.
a couple years ago.
He's referring a couple years back.
Right?
Okay.
So,
well,
listen, the Raptors ain't doing nothing. They're not going nowhere. They ain't going nowhere. They're gonna have an Eastern Conference banner championship, and that's what they got, and that's what they're gonna end with.
Yeah, I don't see them getting by
the Raptors are gonna have
or
the
the
Eastern.
Cavs.
The best record in the Eastern Conference,
No,
and
I
that's
thought you
it.
said Eastern Conference.
They'll
I did it first.
They'll be the number 1 seed going into the playoffs.
They'll be the number 1 seed,
So you
and they'll be the number 1 team
think
out.
they're going to win the Eastern Conference Championship.
You know what's weird? You know how everybody was talking about the win streak that the Rockets just have going on?
Yeah.
Golden State's down, what? They're down 1 game on them?
One game.
1 game?
Yeah.
Nobody said anything about a Golden State streak anywhere in between any of that. I just want that to be pointed out to everybody that Golden State can go on runs like this, and nobody talks about it.
Because it's the norm.
It is. It is. At this point, I think the ratings matchup you're going to get in the East is Cleveland-Boston.
Right.
And,
Definitely.
And the
trust me.
and
I
the
wanna
TV
see
ratings
Cleveland.
are going to be through the roof because Kyrie and LeBron
and
face
all
to
that.
face. And as you guys called it before, the actual championship game is going to be the Warriors and the Rockets. That's where you're going to see it.
Right.
I have a feeling I still have to pull for Cleveland to make it through the East.
Do you think they're gonna beat the Cavs? The Raptors?
No.
Do you think they're gonna beat the Celtics?
No.
That means they're not going to the Eastern
I
Conference
know
Finals.
that he's on his head.
I
I know. He's just stirring the pot there. If the Cavs were not to make it to the championship, it would be because of Boston, and it's not. And I don't think that Boston's set up to beat them right now. But would it shock me if it happened?
I have a sleeper out of the East.
No.
Who's
Who
that?
you got?
The Sixers.
Really?
I have a sleeper out of the East. I really think
I feel like the
Philadelphia
process
76ers
is a little young.
It is a little young because they're young, so
I know.
that's the given answer to say.
Well, that's
But
what.
they also have very. You got to remember, Embiid's been in the league 3 years. Right?
Yeah, but he's only been playing
This
for
is-
like a year.
Right. But still, have you seen the guy's stats?
Dude, he's a
Oh,
monster.
dude,
He's a monster. He is a monster.
Ben Simmons, same way.
I
Robert Covington,
agree.
they just signed him to an extension. He's a really good
They're
defensive player
really
and
good.
shooter.
They're really good.
I
I'm
think-
just not sure they can match the grit when it comes to the playoff time.
I think
I mean, it'll be interesting to
He'd
see.
be a good sleeper, though.
Yeah, I understand.
Philadelphia, you need to reach out to Kobe Bryant because Kobe originally is from Philly.
Philadelphia.
Played for Lower
Working
Lower
with
Marion
Coach
High
High
School,
What was his jersey number?
33.
That is correct.
So anyway, dated Brandy, took her to prom.
That is correct.
So anyway, reach out to Kobe. Kobe's a competitor. Kobe's jump shot when he came in the league was not the greatest. In time, we look back, he's got one of the greatest fadeaways of all time next to you know who.
If anybody can fix Fultz's shot, that might be.
It's too bad.
But
Fultz,
I'm saying you can, between Ben Simmons' jump shot
Yeah.
and Fultz and what's going on, get Kobe there just like the Lakers whenever they have an issue with a big man, who they call
Yeah.
Kareem. So I'm
Right.
saying get Kobe to go back to Philly and get some work because those two guys obviously have the athleticism to make huge strides. If you can get Kobe in there to
How
fix
pissed
that or
would
help
LA
him,
be if Kobe started doing some work for Philly?
Well, he said he wouldn't do any for LA, so I don't think he'll.
I could see him going Philly with that nitty gritty
If-
mentality.
If Markelle Fultz was an amphibian, and you can cut his arms off and they can grow back, that's the only way his shot's
Just
gonna
gonna
get
get
fixed.
To Tell us what you guys think on
Oh, Lord.
YouTube, Twitter, AMFM 24/7, Roku TV. We're everywhere. We're the 3 Point View, and we'll see you next week.